to live in fear and want to migrate to Israel, which would serve as a hub to rule the Middle East. They needed backing from their global partners. Before World War II, Zionists were buying up land in Palestine and living there. It was a place where Jews, Muslims, and Christians already lived peacefully. In 1914, Jews comprised of only 12% of the total population of Palestine. Shortly after the outbreak of World War I, in 1914 again, discussions started with Sharif Hussein, who claimed to be a descendant of the Prophet, and asked for British support against Turkey. This was an opportunity to bring down the Ottoman Empire. In 1916, a secret deal called the Sykes-Picot Agreement was signed, which proposed to partition the Middle East into French and British zones of control and interest. Palestine was to be administered by an international condominium by British, French, and Russians. The final British pledge committing themselves to the Zionist cause was the Balfour Declaration in 1917. The Balfour Declaration, written to Walter Rothschilds by UK Foreign Secretary, promised the land of Palestine as a home to the Jewish people. Obviously, Palestine was an interest both to the Brits and to the Zions. And the Rothschilds, remember, funded both sides of the war, as they did with the Second World War too. This letter radically changed the status of the Zionist movement. It promised support from a major world power and gave Zionists international recognition. Zionism was transferred by the British pledge from a quixotic dream into a legitimate and achievable undertaking. 5 weeks after the Balfour Declaration, Turkish forces were subsequently defeated and all of Palestine came under British military rule. In 1933, the Havara Agreement was signed. There are claims that Hitler was a Zionist, or at least a supporter, before his anti-Jewish policies turned him into a murderer. However, controversies aside, the Havara Agreement made it easier for German Jews to move to Palestine and for them to move some of their wealth out of Germany and into the country. In the years before and during World War II, thousands of European Jews fled to Palestine or other regions to escape hostility. After the Holocaust ended, Zionist leaders actively promoted the idea of an independent Jewish state. This rise of Zionism led to massive Jewish immigration. About 35,000 Jews relocated to the area between 1882 and 1903. Another 40,000 between 1904 and 1914. And in 1949, more than 249,000 Jew settlers moved to Israel in a single year. Before the State of Israel was established, Palestinians revolted. The Jews said it was because of their anti-Semitism, but Palestine was their home, and Arabs knew it was being attacked and taken away from them. I mean, come on, who gives away their homes? Do you know 700,000 Palestinians were forced from their homes when the